Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kemetic Tarot with the Nubian Oracle. I have gone ahead and pulled some cards to give you some of the messages. Now, if you guys watched my last video, you'll see some of the common themes here. So what we've got here is we have got, right off the bat, we have a lot of indigo purple here. It's given third eye chakra, okay? So we have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, right? Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay, so yeah, we definitely got that theme in the last reading. This theme of guilt, feeling guilty, our guilt, that feeling of guilt and experiencing guilt. It definitely allows us to, introspect to some of our wounds, maybe childhood wounds. It definitely is a guide. Pain is definitely a guide as to what needs to be addressed and what needs to be looked at. When you're experiencing something like guilt, what you want to realize is that it's very much weakening the solar plexus chakra. So your will to do things, your will to set tasks and to accomplish things, your will to commit to goals and deadlines and to have that kind of discipline. Okay. When you feel guilt, it's like the judgment that you're making on yourself. Okay. Maybe it also leads you to be a judgmental person. When you're not necessarily happy and balanced within yourself, you'll see that you will kind of project onto other people. So what I'm seeing here is that you need to understand that everyone has their unique paths and challenges. You might feel guilty about yourself, or you might feel down, or you might have low self-esteem on yourself, and you might ask yourself, okay, why does this person have this? Why did they get that? Why don't I get that? Okay, but what you need to understand is everybody has their own life, their own destiny, their own strengths and their own weaknesses, and their own path, unique path and challenges. And it's up to you to figure out what your path, your challenges are. You need to figure out what your own purpose is. You need to figure out what your strength is, and you really need to figure out what your weaknesses are. Okay, this experience is about you. You are the main character. You want to become self-aware. You want to know yourself. You want to know what your strengths and your weaknesses are. You want to know what your path is, so that you can set the right goals and you can actually accomplish them and achieve them. So you could know what goals make sense for you. Okay, what will be fulfilling to you, and what's worth your time. What's worth your time, right? What's worth it in the long term. Okay, so you need to, instead of working on 10 things all over the place, you need to really hone in on what it is that you need to work on. Okay, what are your unique strengths, and how you could use your strengths to benefit you in your path, in your purpose. What are the weaknesses that you need to develop for your path in your purpose? But discipline overall is going to help. So it's great to have that kind of discipline, but to go one step further than that, you want to know, am I using this discipline that I may have? Some of you guys may have discipline. Am I using that in the right areas of my life, or to really direct my life in the right way? Or am I just, being disciplined to be disciplined? Okay, because some of you guys are not even disciplined. So it's a great strength, and it's a great attribute to develop, work on, having some discipline. But also, you need to start making a list of, like, okay, pros and cons in my life. Okay, is this worth it? Is this not? Okay, you need to weigh the scales on some things. You need to really know yourself. Maybe write down a list for yourself, your own strengths and your own weaknesses, and what do you want out of life, and your goals, and all of these kind of things. So one of the things you really need to work on is your guilt. You need to delve into why you're experiencing this guilt. Okay, you need to figure out, what direction your life is going in, and how you can get there. Definitely opening up your third eye to have some kind of awareness. As I say that, I notice my purple flowers here. Ooh. So yeah, definitely spend some time with yourself, sit in solitude. Some of you guys might need to get a wall. Some of you guys need to go into meditation. Some of you guys need to go into prayer. But it's about, at this point in time, you're being called to open your third eye and to have some kind of awareness. You need to have some self-awareness and be aware of the things around you. You really, really need to hone on this feeling of guilt that you might carry. And for others of you, maybe you're not even aware that you have this feeling of guilt. So really delve into it and be like, write out a pen and paper. I feel guilty about this. I feel guilty that I didn't, let the dog out on this. I feel guilty that I forgot to take this person to school, or I left my kids at home, or whatever it is, or, I didn't do this at my job, whatever it is that you feel guilty about last week or last year, right? You need to write it out. And the task is to sit down allot some space and some time for you to sit down and write and say, I feel guilty about this. I feel guilty about this. And then look at that, read that over, really sit with the feeling of it, go into the feeling, and then ask yourself, is there anything I can do about this? Is there anything that I could change about this? Or is there anything that this will teach me that I could take into the future with me? So really working on that guilt, okay, really trying to be decisive, get clear in your mind, open up the third eye, get very clear, because we've all week we've been feeling this air energy, right? Is the ability to be able to discern. As I say that, I notice we have the owl right here, okay, which speaks of female intuition, tapping into the senses, that sixth sense, knowing your surroundings, being aware of yourself and your life, being able to see with your ears and hear with your eyes idea, okay, that feminine intuition, that sixth sense, to be able to, discern and organize and kind of categorize the things in your life, to be able to analyze a lot better. So this is what it's about. You need to start analyzing. You need to have the spirit. You need to ask God for the spirit of discernment, or ask the universe, ask the divine. You need that spirit of discernment at this point in time. And you also need to focus on discipline. So those are the messages for today. I'm going to go into the next video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.